a gift. This gon' be my drug, this gon' be my death. You thinking that I will quit? Nani me I can't. Who's a Mercedes? Get the money and buy me a Benz. Yeah, like a G-Wagon or a Maybach. Looking at my enemies and thinking of a payback. Pushing every day like I'm on some kind of labor. Feeling like Anganya si madranya mina beba.
Hey, BP fam, what's up, you guys? This is your girl Shiro back with another episode of your favorite podcast, the Kenyan Plug Pod. This is episode 26, and the title of this one is Kati. Kati! If you guys know about this game, then you know what the conversation is going to be about. It's about dodging the hits, okay? You want to make sure you're dodging the hits, you know? You want to continue to be in the game as long as possible. So that is what we're talking about today. So, you know, put your seatbelt on because it's about to get spicy. See how it's spicy and a seatbelt, what do they correlate? But, you know, just meaning that you're about to go on a ride. So make sure you're putting your seatbelt on and that you're ready for this ride. And what you're hearing in the background is Our Boy right now, but Our Boy is featured on the 254 playlist. So the 254 drip playlist, make sure you're checking that out. It's updated weekly. There's so much fire coming out of the 254 right now, Aki guys. So anybody in the Kenyan diaspora fam, or even if you just like Kenyan music, if you're saying, oh, so just get anything new, or I haven't heard anything new from the 254, you're tripping, because right now it's like everyone is coming out with heat. So make sure you're checking out the 254 drip playlist. You're also checking out Kenyan artists. You're also paying attention to, there's Out the Booth podcast, which gives you like mellow vibes, mellow 254 vibes. And you have Adaveli podcast, who's gone visual, who's doing sit downs with artists and still continuing their formula of doing, you know, songs. So make sure you're checking them out on SoundCloud. You're also checking them out on YouTube. There's so much content in Kenya right now that is waiting for you guys to check it out. Right now we are making our ways, like I've said. And Robert from last week, shout out to Robert, my guest from last week. I know you guys are so upset. You know, you don't even know how many messages I got about that episode with that volume. Sorry, you guys. When I was editing it, I just was like, good. Like, the volume is so bad. Lakini, the content is so good. Nasikwanta could miss that content. And if you didn't listen to the whole thing, you know, it's okay. But I do want to urge you to make sure that you are actually paying attention to the climate change and understanding what that means and understanding how you can help. And the biggest part about that is planting trees, making sure that you're giving birth back to earth. You want to make sure that we are resurging earth, and we can do that, and it's time to do that right now. So if you have time and danger, plant a tree. And I see Kenya even has you know, like these seed balls, and I'm going to make sure that I put the video in the background because it's such a big deal. Kenya is really trying. A lot of African countries are trying to beat climate change, and it's so impressive to see, and I'm so excited to even be able to, you know, plug you guys to what is going on around the world and what people are making the efforts to do to make sure that climate change is something that, you know, in a die down kidogo, because we don't need it to continue as it's going, because we want to live, you know, all our content creators, our creatives, we are doing too much to make sure that we leave a mark on this earth. So let's do something now so that we can have more time to leave our mark. Let's please work on saving the earth, because we have major moves to make, and that should be definitely part of our victory lap, resurging the earth and giving it life again, because it gives us life daily, you know. So that is my tidbit about saving the world and saving the earth. There were so many things I wanted to talk about this week, because it's been one of those weeks. Kila siku has been giving me new topics. Lakini I just wrote all of them down, and they will be coming to you soon. But for today's topic, I want to talk about Kati, the game Kati. You know, it's the game of dodging stuff. You know, it's like dodgeball here. But it was so authentic in Kenya, especially for me. When I was young, I used to play Kati Nini outside, or, you know, doing, you know, just around amongst friends. And it was simple. We didn't even have a ball. We just used plastics, tukairap paka ikakuwa ball. Alafu we use that for fun, for entertainment. And that's when, Africa is so creative because we lack the resources that America has just at dispose. And it's just so easy to find a ball anywhere. But our mission was to make sure that we were having fun, even if we did not have that. And that is one thing that I love about our people. We continuously are making a change. I'm making a change according to what we want. Sio tu kukaa chini tunagojea maneno to happen to us or to being an African in America for a long time. It also makes you forget some things, forget the luxuries that you have here and the things that we wanted so bad. Tulikuwa tunataka hiki kitu so bad. Alafu now that we have it, we cry for the simplicity of Africa. We cry for that simple life that we that we know of in Africa, and it's just such a weird place to be. And that is just something that we're going to discuss on another topic, on another episode. But today's episode, first things foremost, is to just appreciate what we have, whether you're in Africa, whether you're in Kenya, whether you're in America, whether you're in Korea, wherever you are. Let's just take a moment to appreciate everything we have, because kuna mtu mwingine mwenye ana wish for that same thing. There's someone else out here wishing for what you have, and you have it, So that's one of the things. And all of that was inspired by that ball tulikuwa nacheza now tukicheza Kati. Lakini what I wanted to talk about with that game is dodging the BS of life,
The three things we learn for this game: we learn to escape the ball, to capture the ball, and to aim the ball.
There's so much mess that happens on your day-to-day that can distract you from your mission, can distract you from your purpose, can distract you from that vision that you've always had, and the victory lap, the victory that you are looking to have. There's so many things that come your way. And kama ulikuwa kama mimi, who was a champ at Kati, you know how to move, quickly. So I think those things, even at the early age, were developing us and actually preparing us to become, adults that are able to dodge the fugazi. There's so much BS in the world constantly that it's important that we are dodging the things that are not for us, that are not, actually they're designed to distract us. So as we talked about on the episode of More Money, More Problems, it's something that we understand that we are all going through something. Kila kitu life inakugonga from left and right. But the thing is, sasa, okay, tumeestablish tunagongwa. Lakini what we have to start doing is that we have to start saying, okay, sasa, I know I'm getting hit. Lakini wacha nianze kujidevelop, wacha nianze kujitrain, kuanza kudodge hii maneno mingi yenye inakuja in our way, like what's coming in our way, what's distracting us, what's coming against us. Let's learn how to move so that we can start dodging the things that are designed to ruin our lives, or to try to distract us, or try to depress us and make us feel as if, okay, I just want to give up. Because we saw, even the feedback that I got from that episode was like crazy, because kila mtu ana understand, kila mtu ana relate to being hit. Lakini, how do we solve the hits? How do we dodge the hits? How do we learn how to move away from the hits? Or how do we leave that thing there? Because a game is a game. Lakini, ukisema I don't want to play anymore, you don't want to play anymore, and that's it. That's over. But how do we make sure that we don't play that dodgeball game anymore? You can't. Life is a continuous hit. So the only thing you can do is try to learn how to say, siezi, I cannot get hit, or learn how to start dodging the hits. And that's what, for me, I'm starting to learn how to do, because the hits are inevitable. They're coming regardless, if you're prepared or if you're not prepared. So saizi, the best thing to do is to prepare yourself. So as of late, nimeanza ku just put myself in different shoes. That's when nimeanza sio ati like I'm taking another person's perspective, but in the sense of taking myself out of being unajua hiyo kujisikia like kusikia, you know, you start feeling your own pain. I've stopped that mess as of late kama jana. So as of yesterday, I've just now realized that it's no point for me to cry all the time about things. You have to physically crying, like complaining. You know, of course, complaining is useless. Lakini, it's different when you start saying, okay, why don't you flip? And this might be the PR mindset, but could you too that I don't have the time to cry, complain, be sad, be depressed. And actually, that depression thing, don't let me fool you. It's true, it's a real thing. Even I have suffered from depression, you know? So even because you see me here and you see me happy and you see me going, you know, giving you guys advice or plugging you in makes it seem as if, you know, sijaijua kitu mane of depression, but depression has hit me too. Even like that July 4th week, I was down, yo. Like I was really down because life is hard. Like when things just start hitting you, you cannot control that emotions. They will feel it regardless of how hard you are, regardless of how savage you may be, regardless of how equipped you are for things hit you and they take you off. They throw you off back on a shindwa, you know. But the point of it all is to say, okay, I don't want to stay here for long. I don't want to stay here for long. And I understand that I'm going to get hit. But sasa, what is my next option? What is my next option? Sasa, nimesha understand the hits. I'm way too familiar with the feeling of hits. Now my next thing is to find out how to familiarize myself with dodging them. And so, of course, some things it's a kuja too, regardless. Like you need to kind of miss those hits is something that you can really actually do. And number one, how to do it for me as of late has been meditating. Guys, I'm stressing this thing bigger and more and more. This is something that needs to become huge because meditation is not necessarily ata kujichukua and taking yourself out of something and finding a quiet room and being in the dark and doing all of that. Sangine meditating need to rub your ears, you know, just rubbing your ears and just feeling peace, you know, just taking yourself counting. Ata count paka 10, kujua like, okay, if I count up to 10, I'm going to be breathing different. Ukijijukwa tu usema breathe kidogo too. You start calming down and clarity. That thing about clarity is so huge because I feel like we don't value clarity. Clarity is a must. It's something that is a must. Kama sina clarity of what I'm doing or where I'm going or my next move, kichwa itakuwa mbaya na mtu akijaribu kuthrow something at me, tagongwa. I will get hit. If somebody throws something at me, I'm going to get hit because kichwa iko cluttered. Iko na maneno mingi sana paka kichwa iko na stress. Now, if someone is trying to, right now, when you have clutter in your head, you're vulnerable for hits. And once you understand that, life will open up so much. So, clarity. Clear your mind, man. Clear your mind and understand that once you clear it, mindset will just be like, what? You know, life is just going to change a lot. But the moment you allow clutter in your head, bila tusema declutter na de-stress. Declutter and de-stress. It's important. Alafu, that's one thing that I've been doing more, meditating and learning how to take breaths and learning the power of a clear mind. Another thing is, me as a Sagittarius, I don't know if you're into all of the horoscopes and all of that stuff. Lakini mimi, I am very into adventure. I'm very into spontaneous acts. So, nataka kufanya tu, I like to do things without planning them, sangine, because staki plan. I don't like to stay by the book, and that is a creative thing. If you're creative, you understand that not all the time you want to be by the book, but something that has been showing me is that I need to learn how to make a to-do list or get a routine. And as we discussed last week on last episode, uni, it gives you that routine. It gives you that routine. So life after college, life after university, it require for you to create your own routine and stick to it. Sio hiyo unajua sasa hakuna homework, hakuna my finals, hakuna nothing inakugojea. You don't have to go to class and take a test. Lakini life is the test. Every single day you're being tested. Every single day. So kama una routine, una study plan, una plan ya kujia, how I want to do my life, how I want to plan my life, uwezi pass test because you're not able, you're not equipped, you're not ready, so you can get hit again. You can get hit again because you don't understand that you legit have to write down, take notes, create a routine, stick to it, be consistent with it, never waver from your own plan. The beauty of life after uni is, the beauty of life in itself is it gives you the ability to create your own routine and something that you want to stick to. So if you tell yourself, this is my plan, this is my routine, this is what I'm going to be doing every day, and I'll go on a walk. Every day I'll work out. Every day I'll make sure I dedicate an hour to reading. Every day I'll make sure I dedicate an hour to understanding financial literacy. Financial literacy is something that we have to understand, we have to learn, we have to be very good with, because a lot of people are depending on you to not know how to handle your finances. So, and you don't want to have it all siku moja alafu kila kitu, it just crumbles. Everything crumbles because you did not know how to plan your finances correctly. So make sure you're understanding financial literacy too. So just creating a routine that allows you to read, allows you to meditate, allows you to understand your finances, budgeting, allows you to live free. Because utaki kugongwa in your finances, what you don't want to is get hit in your finances. What you don't want to do is get hit mentally. What you don't want to do is to get hit emotionally. Even though you cannot stop the emotional hits, you can channel yourself to have emotional intelligence. Actually, Saizi, that's something I'm reading. I'm reading this book on emotional intelligence. And it's something that allows you to stop being emotionally vulnerable. All the time you're just emotionally vulnerable. Mtu akikwambia ati umeona like you start crying. If someone calls you fat, you go cry. For what? If you're fat, you're fat. You can do something about it, though. You can work out and you can become the woman or the man you want to be. If you if someone insults you, now where you know deep inside that you are not whatever they called you, or you can change whatever they called you. Acha go back and forth with them, acha kusikia uchungu, ati feeling pain from whatever they said. Whatever they said is whatever they said, lakini you are in control. That's not a hit, that's something you just keep it pushing. Mtu akikugonga hivyo, you keep it pushing. Hiyo sio kitu ya kukugonga. Lakini the way you can get hit is when you give up on yourself. When you allow those words that people are using against you to define you, that's when you're getting hit. So just make sure you're moving past those things that don't mean anything to you, that things that you can change, there's things that you can become better at. You have to open your eyes up and know your weaknesses. At this age, I'm learning how to write them down. Writing down my weaknesses, understanding what it is, understanding why this is, all are important things. Unajua tunasemanga all the time, mental health. Lakini what about self-care? Self-care, health. We need to start noticing that the heart, the mind, the body, they all need to be healthy. The spirit, the soul, kila kitu, they need to be healthy. And to be healthy does not mean to just cancel kila mtu mwingine out. You have to live. You have to live on this earth, and this earth is crazy. So the only way that you can do that is if you look within yourself, write down your core values, write down your core things that you care about. What defines you. Kenya mtu hawezi sema kitu ingine. Mtu akikwambia ati Shiro is this, I mean, I'm not that, so I don't care. Things like that don't even, they don't, yes ni distract. Path yangu iko hivi. So mtu akiniambia ati Shiro you're this, naenda tu, I keep going because I know my own self. I know my definition of myself. Hakuna mtu anaweza ni define. So that's what I'm trying to get you guys to do too as well. because we all need to be able to learn who we are without anybody else, without anyone's definition. So I think we have the opportunity to define our own self. I know tradition makes us have traditional definitions of who we should be. Lakini, it's very important to also understand that tradition has led people to bad things too. You know, tradition is great. It's so good to have roots. It's so good to have foundation. It's so good to have family and things to fall back on. And that is a major advantage that we have. That we know who we are and we know where we come from and we know what we're made of. That's a big advantage. But we cannot get distracted by the fact that this is 2019. Some of those traditional ways, they don't work today. Some of them don't. Some traditional ways, they are what we're missing today. So you just have to know which one is the one. Which one is the one. Because saizi kuna maneno mingi, man. Kuna maneno mingi enye inaweza kudistract na inaweza kufanya ugongwe. I really feel this message because actually it was not my direction kabisa. But now that I've started talking, it's making more and more sense. Because I don't want to be the one where I get hit because of something that is mentally disrupting me or emotionally disrupting me. I don't want to be hit of something that I can prepare myself for. So like I said, kuna financial literacy, kuna budgeting, na hiyo maneno yote that goes under that branch of financial literacy. Kuna self-care, which is important to understand your heart, your emotions, kwa nini you're doing the things that you're doing, to understand your mental, how you're thinking, your thinking pattern, and what makes sense to you, and how to prepare yourself in the mental. Because mental na emotions, they're aligned hivi. Mtu akikwambia, once again, mtu akikwambia kitu, it goes here, alafu inaenda hapa, kwa emotions. Sasa umeifikiria na umeanza kuifeel. Hasa kichwa, your whole self is disrupted. And you are disrupted, and now you are naive and you are vulnerable and you are almost an easy target. Wacha kukua easy target. Wacha kuwa, you know, something about Kati. Ilikuwa, unajua, like I said, I was a champ. So nilikuwa na moves mupya. Mtu haizi jua what way Shiro is coming or which way Shiro ata dodge ikaball. Naza dodge nikienda chini, naza dodge nikisimama juu, naza dodge nikimove hivi, naza dodge nikimove hivi. Huwezi jua my next move. That's something that you need to be able to do. Because utaki kufanya move the same kila saa. Nagonga hivi, ndaenda hivi kila saa. Mtu akijua hivyo si atakugonga hivi, atakugonga hapa. Because they know your way, they know which move you're going to make next. Don't let anyone know your next move. Move completely low key. Now and the people that do know you, don't let the old things that they could use against you to be still something that is a crutch. Wacha kukua nini? Predictable. Don't be predictable. Find your routine. Your routine. Make sure you have a routine. Yes, that is something that is predictable. Your routine. But your routine is your routine that you created, that you can change and manipulate however you want to, but it makes sure it works for you. Lakini kukua predictable, that's a hindrance. That's a hindrance. That's something that's a problem. Utaki kukua predictable because watu wakianza kupredict your behaviors and your movements, they'll know how to take you down easily. And this is a war. You want to be able to win, and you want to be able to win every time. So make sure that you're remembering life after school still has it still has tests. And the point is to make sure you're passing those tests, that you're missing those hits, that you're carrying on smoothly, because it's waiting for you. It's waiting for you to miss. Life is still waiting for you to miss. Najua kitu that has not changed is life. One thing that stays consistent is life. Life does not change. Life does not care how much money you have. Life does not care how pretty you are. Life does not care how handsome you are. Life does not care your creativeness. Life does not care how good your music is. Life does not care who you are. Itakugonga the same exact way as everyone is getting hit. Everyone gets hit by life. Lakini the things that you can do is make sure that you're paying attention to yourself. You're taking care of yourself. You're creating diversions. You're creating plans. Yani za loosen, you know, loosen. Unajua kwanza, when you have a lot going on with you, you get heavy. Unaanza kukua heavy. The more things you have going on with you, the heavier you get. The less things you have going on with you, the less distractions you have, the lighter you get. And the lighter you get, the easier you can move. And the point is to be light. Ndio maana tulisema dead weight angusha dead weight, because hakuna mtu akona saa kuwa na dead weight na backpacks ya foolishness. We need clarity. We need clarity and we need lightness. We need the ability to move. We need the ability to move freely. Freedom. That's the point of this whole thing. Pesa without freedom is nothing. Love without freedom is nothing. Happiness without freedom is nothing. We want to be free. That's the point. We want to be free. Free of Western society, free of family expectations, free of so many expectations. We want to be free of pressure. We want freedom. That's the point. So freedom comes at a price, comes with discipline, comes with leveling up. Freedom comes, but you have to learn how to create your plan so that you can taste freedom and you can sit with freedom and you can enjoy it without pressures ya kufikiria maneno mingi. Ukianza understand, ukianza kujieka pamoja, when you start understanding your emotional intelligence is bigger than even your IQ. When you start understanding that being emotionally smart and able to understand why you are acting or reacting a certain way emotionally, it makes you so much better and it makes you so much quicker than it makes you quicker than the next person, because sasa mtu amekasirika hapo, wewe umesha move on, umeshafanya mabreast yako, sijui rub kama sikio, umeshafanya kenye unataka, the things that ease your mind and make your mind clear so you can make a good decision. You have already done those things. Bado amekasirika, wewe umeshaji control, umeshaji regulate, now go ready to move forward. And that is an advantage, my friend. That is an advantage that you don't find everywhere. Not everyone can understand that thing, because kila mtu bado is dealing with so many things inamsumbua. Lakini wewe ukianza remove those things that are making you heavy, things will just get better. Things will get better. So understand, let's all become champions of Kati. Let's learn how to play that game again. Kwanza dodge maneno mingi, dodge the things that keep coming your way, keep hitting you this way, that way. Let's learn how to play that game again, because in lazima that we become the best versions of ourselves. Victory depends on it. The earth depends on it. The best version of ourselves makes us have more time to give back to the earth and give back and create foundations that lead to legacies. Lakini kama tuko distracted the whole time, we will never have the ability to leave a legacy. We'll never have the ability to save the earth, because bado tuna battle the things that we should have won a long time ago. These should not be battles anymore. These should be conquered things. Lakini you cannot conquer what you cannot confront. So make sure you're confronting everything that has held you down for so long and has made you vulnerable to the hits, so that you can become the best version of yourself. Bwana. Ish! I hope you guys have heard me, and I hate to sound so aggressive because it's something that I'm so passionate about, and it's something that I'm also currently telling myself to go and do to make myself less vulnerable. And I hope you guys are listening too, because I want you guys free. We all want freedom now. We all want success, and we all want peace and happiness and joy and all those simple but yet so hard things to understand. So make sure that you're doing your part, you're creating your routines, and you're doing things that are going to help you dodge those hits. Hiya. Taonana next week. Thank you. Shout out to you guys for listening. Shout out to you guys for even trying to become better and trying to put your best foot forward. Congratulations. That in itself is the first step. So you guys, taonana next week. Hope you have a great week, and it's just going to get better and easier, and the victory lap is upon us.
Everybody say I'm a champion. You're a champion. the show. I say one for the money, two for the dough. When you undermine means when you motivate.